Today I'm going to show you how I turned this to this. Hi guys, and welcome back to my channel. So I have been procrastinating a hell of a lot lately on ways I can actually improve my YouTube channel. Already, I've actually got a new microphone, so you may notice a bit of a difference in sound quality. The other thing is I usually film over there in front of the window on the couch, but I've decided I actually want a background that really speaks to me and shows off some of my interests and things like that. So the first step is fixing this awful lighting, and to do that I'm going to use two things. First one is a monitor. The good part about using a computer monitor as your lighting source is you can actually change the color of the lighting on your face. In this case, I'm just going to go white, and you can see it already makes a big difference. The second thing is I'm going to use an old aquarium light inside a pillowcase. This is just going to diffuse the light, and it's going to give me some light on this side. So let's just do that now. As you can already see, that is 10 times better. I'm not getting any weird lighting and shadows on my face. It seems pretty even. It's looking good. Now the next thing I'm going to do is actually change up this background. So to do that, I'm going to paint the wall a new color. You don't have to do that, but I think it'll be a nice touch. And I'm also going to add some shelves that are going to have some little trinkets and such on there, just to give the background a bit of interest and make it really me. So let's get started. Does anyone else not actually own painting clothes and just use your parents? Because that's what I do. So none of this fits me. So with the wall painted and the shelves up, this is already looking really cool, but what it needs now is a bit of a personal touch. So I'm going to keep the camera rolling just so I can see what's in the frame, and that way I can actually design the shelves for my YouTube videos. Now if you're doing this yourself, you can put whatever you want on these shelves, but I think it's really nice if you put stuff that actually means something to you or applies to your channel. So let's get started. So the first thing I'm going to add is my Book of Shadows. Witchcraft is a big part of my channel, so I really want to make sure that's up here. I'm also going to include some of my favourite Wicca books and my D&D notebook, as well as this lovely candle holder to add a little bit of light and to hold the books up. It's a really good idea to add some lights to your background. It just really pops and adds some nice focal points. As we've got my D&D notebook in there, I'm also going to add my dice. These are 3 D20s from my favourite sets, and I'm just going to put them here. Probably won't be able to see them too much in the videos, but I know they're there and you guys know they're there too. And now just to balance this out a little bit, because it's a little dark on this side, I'm just going to add this just here. For the second shelf, there is something I really want to put up here, and that is my salt lamp. Again, this is another way to add light. See, especially with a dark colour on the background, light looks really cool. In front of this, I'm going to add one of my favourite statues ever. I absolutely love dragons, so this has to go up. Because he's pretty dark, I'm going to put him in front of the salt lamp so you can see his shadow. And now, of course, this wouldn't be me without plants. Trailing low light plants like pothos are a really good option, especially when you're not too close to natural light sources. And they look pretty cool too. And of course, I absolutely love tea, so I'm gonna add this gorgeous teacup set that my boyfriend bought me one year. It's also got a really cute little spoon. Now to add a little bit of height to the top shelf, I'm going to add one of my favourite chessboards. It looks like a book, but you open it and it's got chess pieces inside. And on top of this, I'm going to add some engineering aspects and some uni aspects to it, which is this Pi Parrot drone. So one year for the open day at uni, I was a part of this group who did a drone demo to get kids interested in going to uni and engineering. And we actually used Wii remotes to control the drones, and it was really fun. So I ended up actually buying one of these for myself. And now, of course, I love creating ecospheres, aquariums, terrariums, you name it. So I'm gonna add this little light bulb terrarium. I made this a little while ago as like a study spell terrarium sort of thing, and it came out really well. It's done well so far. The moss has pretty much died off though, but the plants in here are doing super well, and the crystals are all still visible, and it's just really cool. It's in the shape of a light bulb too. Like, that's so awesome. And now, of course, I have to add some crystals. And selenite is a really cool one to put in your background because it will actually reflect light. But I think we're missing some of those lighting aspects. So for that, I'm going to use an old aquarium light. I have so many aquarium lamps. I got one there for my lighting and I got one here for my background. The cool thing about this though is that you can pick them up pretty cheap from eBay. come with a little remote like this, and you can actually choose the color. Let's see if I can show you all of them. There you go. So I'm gonna put this up here on the top shelf. And now, as nice as it looks doing all the different color changing, I'm actually going to keep it to one color. And I was tossing up between this purple and this blue, but I think this blue looks just a little bit better. So I'll go through them all, and this will give you an idea, if you ever get one of these, what color you want. But I'm going to go with this blue. Oh, this is really cool. I can't believe how much better this is looking. Like, the lights are looking awesome. I've fixed the exposure on my face. It was a little bit dark before, but wow, this is cool. And it didn't take that much effort. Like, all I did was change the location of where I shoot. I added some lighting, painted the wall, added some shelves, and put some knickknacks on it. Probably took about 2 days, including drying time. Now, of course, you don't have to go paint your wall to get a nice YouTube background. The two main things I would really recommend is your audio quality and your lighting. And you could easily go with just a lapel mic or even your camera microphone if it's good enough. And for lighting, you can just use a window. It doesn't have to be an expensive endeavor. I mean, I'm literally using a computer monitor and an aquarium light in a pillowcase for my lighting. So you definitely don't have to go out. There are some DIY options here. But for me, I think this is the best turnout I could have hoped for. I did a whole lot of research before doing this video on ways I can improve my background. So I definitely recommend you just go wild on YouTube looking for ways to make your YouTube video stand out and look better. There was one YouTube video in particular that I used as inspiration for this background, and I will link that in the description below. Essentially, I really liked the color he had on the wall. It was pretty similar to this one, which is pretty much my favorite color. And he had some shelves to add some items and some interest in the background. So I've grabbed that idea and run with it, and I really like how it turns out. I mean, the lights are a really good touch. They add some focal points in the background, some color interest, some color contrast. Looks pretty cool. And I think this background really speaks to me. It really says, this is me, this is my channel. Now, where I filmed before wasn't all that bad. I had some really good natural light coming in from a window. I was sitting comfortably on a couch that was the first piece of furniture that my boyfriend and I bought. And I had a lovely painting in the background and puff beside me, which are all elements that I love. But I think this background that I've made for myself really ties that in together while also making my YouTube videos look a little bit more professional. One thing I definitely have to remember to do while doing these videos is my camera is so much more closer than it was before, so I really need to focus on looking at the lens, so it's definitely something I need to practice. So guys, if you have any tips for people about how to make your YouTube video look a little bit more professional, how to make a background, any ideas, chuck them down in the comments below. I'd love to hear them, and I'm sure other people watching this video would love to hear them as well. So thank you all so much for watching. You are a wonderful audience, and as always, I will see you guys next Friday. Bye.